Hello, everyone. Okay, so this vintage poster is about a movie. It's a very famous movie. It's actually one of my favorite movies. And it's one of those that people quote a lot. I think it came out in the 1980s, sometimes I'd say. Like I said, people quote from it a lot. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and play around with the images a little bit more. Just an FYI, I am using a base image of this Clarabelle posters, I think in the 1920s. It had the look that I wanted. And I wanted to play around with this a little bit more to kind of get it where I want to before I go into editing. So let me go ahead and play around with it a little more, and we will go through the process and see if you guys can figure out what the movie is. Okay, so I decided to not use the Clarabelle image and just use the prompt as is. It yielded some pretty good results that had this pastel faded look. I wasn't too fond of that, so after looking at the renders, I tried it over and over. One thing I realized about the image was that they were going to be pretty busy, which would make them more complicated to work on, but I was up for the challenge. So this is the image I settled on. So I upscaled it and moved to canvas. I added the prompts, negative and positive, and got to work on fixing the top woman's face. I had to remove that hand, work on fixing her face, expanding it, and get her hair just right with the help of sketch to image and in painting. Now that I had her face perfect, I still had to work on her hair for a bit to really get it to where I wanted it. In this part, I get rid of the hand that's there, because which means that it needs to be um, using the as per background prompt to get rid of it with blending in the background. And here I use the sketch to image until I get that right. Okay, now it's time for the guy's face. I'm definitely not happy with the way it rendered, and I wanted it to be a bit more defined. So for this, I'm going to do some in painting and see what comes up if I can get better definition for his features. Okay, now that I have his face with a decent look, I'm altering the background guy's features, which is a quick job. I wanted to actually, that's a tribute character to the actual film itself. Okay, next is the main character, the guy with the black hair, his shirt tie, which is cut off. I used in painting, but it didn't work because in painting works to change an image that's already there. I wanted to make his tie whole, so which means I had to use sketch to recreate the tie and then go ahead and find an appropriate image render. And then if I needed to change the tie after it was already done in sketch, I could then use in painting. It's a bit of a challenge, but I knew that if I played around enough, I'd get something good. Now, both of these ladies had to go. I was contemplating keeping the uppermost one, but I thought 3 people in the picture in the poster was enough. This poster was going to be busy enough as it was. So I then sketched over her and just faded her into the background. Okay, now that both ladies were out, and I wanted to clean up the background and kind of set the edges a little bit better, and put a scene in there of the from the movie. However, as much as I love the car, because it does fit in with the actual movie, I knew it had to go, and that background had to be completely black at the bottom. Now I sketched in the background to put in that iconic scene. This piece really took the most time because I was trying to really get the prompt right so I could put in the scene as I wanted it, or as best as I could. So it did take quite a while to get this done. Now I finished the top scene, and I was thinking about putting a second scene, but I decided against it. And what you're seeing now is just me deciding not to do that. Here's a recap. This is the image I started with, and this is the final product. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you got it. Thank you so much for your time. Remember to like, comment, and share.